with poverty knows how extremely expensive it is to be poor, by great writer James Baldwin. And to me, what that is basically saying, if you look at the homeless people today, they are poor, right? And it's expensive to the fact, like, if you look at the budgets and things like that, and they allocate an X amount of dollars for different programs, you would think, okay, they can fight wars and spend billions of dollars over there, but why can't they help, you know, your people right here? We went out to feed people. It's a grassroots company. It's not a big major company. I was funny that I did find it on the civic engagement site. It was there. So that's the name of the company. Their mission statement is to effective spirit, soul, and body to empower homeless families and individuals, to equip people with basic skills to live, and to express our faith through acts of kindness and love. And I looked at all the people I worked with out there. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember their names like that. But everybody out there was just more, it was very organic, the way they dealt with people, you know, and the people that you're dealing with, these homeless people, are very delicate people, you know. They're out here and, you know, they don't have any help. They're homeless, for crying out loud. Like, you go home and you switch on the light switch, you don't know how blessed and, you know, thankful you should be, because these people living in basically abandoned houses, abandoned cars, anybody that would pick up the phone for them, you know. They probably are these kids that had the 3 strikes, in and out of jail, you know. They don't have the reentry programs. Now, actually Change does helps assist with, you know, people that transitioning, coming out of jail and trying to get back on their feet and whatnot. This is Mr. Banks. He's the director of Bishop Banks. He has like a little small church in his home, and he guest speaks within Georgia and whatnot. He's down, I think he was down in Augusta this last weekend preaching. So he's a bishop. Good man. His father started his mother started Access to Change, and he just latched on as a young boy. He started at 11, helping and serving the homeless folks, people. These are some of the stakeholders that Access for Change is affiliated with. You have the Atlanta Furniture Bank, United Way, Atlanta Food Bank, Teen Challenge International, and obviously like people like myself, community volunteers that came on out. So they do have a pretty strong backing when it comes to, you know, they do donate clothing, they donate furniture if you do have some shelter, and basically the whole healthcare and homelessness. This is what I kind of dived into within the paper. This is a Baltimore example, but I couldn't find too much in Atlanta that has these services, but there are different services out here in Atlanta. But in Baltimore, they have this healthcare where so they offer comprehensive care for pediatric, adult, geriatric medical care, dental care, mental health services, and they specialize with social work and case management, addiction treatment, HIV services, and additional programs and services, which I was just talking about: prison reentry, outreach, supportive housing, and access to education and employment. This is Eddie actually put me on to this corporation. That was just one of the instances that we were out there on a dare in Jonesboro Road, and the young lady with that cooler is actually like a beef stew or whatnot. We sat out there, I would say, no lie, longer than 5-7 minutes. This is the lady who's yelling at the top of her lungs, "Hot stupid sandwiches, hot stupid sandwiches." They just, I hate to use this terminology, but it's coming out the woodworks like roaches. Like, people, next thing you know, they're coming up, you know, cars are going by, and they were just feeding these people, man. It was just, you know, these people were very ecstatic and happy. One, for instance, one observation I saw, it was this brother in a Benz. Now, he's driving by, he's just looking. In my mind, I'm like, look, you know, keep it moving, you know, but obviously this man was hungry. And one of the sisters was like, "You want some food?" And he's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Come on in." He came right in there. But it's just, you know, you can't judge a book by its cover, you know. You think that this man, is, you know, he's doing real good. He got these bands, you know, and whatnot, keeping himself up. So I spoke to him, and I said, "Are you homeless?" And he was like, "Nah, but, you know, I'm unemployed." You know, and now he said, "Man, I don't got no gas. I got about 2 miles left of gas in this car. I don't know, you know, I'm hungry. I don't know, you know, he's sleeping in his car." And, you know, it's just, he's just very fortunate to get a meal, a hot meal at that. You know, we had sandwiches as well, but there's something about that hot meal going into your system that can give you a lot more energy. This is actually exactly where we set up. This is, I don't know if you're familiar with this area. It's kind of like Lakewood-ish. There's a prison right over there, kind of about 2 miles out. But it's just, you know, kind of dilapidated area. And 2 blocks, if you see that block, like right over there, like right down there, there's a string of abandoned houses. And that's what actually Bishop Banks was like talking about, how he's trying to get Atlanta or whoever the city to even just open up these homes, you know. Let them go in instead of, you know, let it be trespassing, you know. But these people, when it's cold, you have no place to sleep, you know.
Exactly.
You're like, they're not being used.
Right.
You know, a lot of, you know, real estate, I spent 13 years in real estate as a mortgage person, so it's like a lot of these people will take these houses and buy the tax credits and then sit on them.
Right.
You know. Yeah, and it's like, it's, you know, it helps their portfolio because that house may be worth, I don't know, 40,000, something like that. But at the same time, you can turn that house into a shelter for somebody to get out the cold, get out the rain. You know, I mean, even if you don't turn on utilities, but just, you know, help these people out. There's some facts, like who is homeless. Doing my research, I was surprised to find out that the main homeless population is women and children now. It's kind of like a trending thing. You say today's homeless are women, children, veterans, and families. The veterans are pissed off, really, because they feel like they serve this country, and this country is now doing them a disservice by not even providing them shelter. I mean, there's a bunch of shelters in the neighborhood, but, you know, you gotta, some of them you need ID, you need all types of stuff to really, to get fed, you know. According to homeless census data, estimates more than 10,000 people in the metro Atlanta area experience homelessness on any given night. More than 40% of women and children are homeless. Or more than that of that 10,000, 40% of them are women and children. 40% of homeless children in Georgia are under the age of 6. That's so crazy. 1.35 million children experience homelessness during each year. That's obviously not every night, but at some point in their lives, they have been homeless or out on the street or with, you know, by their mom. Between 700,000 and 800,000 people are homeless on any given night in the U.S., and between 2.5 and 3.5 million experience homelessness during the course of the year. Like, if you look, those numbers are staggering if you really think about it. Like, and again, to me, I'm a humble person. You know, I've been evicted before. I don't know, I spent one day in my car, like, and I was bitching, like, get me out of here. When somebody pick up the phone, I need to crash. You know, these people don't have that luxury, you know. We do have clips. So these are some of the pictures. You know, this guy was a war veteran. I didn't ask him where he lived. He had a kind of speech impediment. You know, these guys, they came out the woodwork. This guy, he had about 4 bowls of soup. Like, just hungry. Like, and then he got a little bashful. Like, I was like, no, come on. You know, eat up. You know, this gotta all go away. You know?